This is 232.
232, yes.
That's a palindrome, isn't it?
It's the same forward as backwards, yes.
Palindrome.
It's a palindrome.
Palindrome.
Although I think palindromes are reserved only for words.
Palindrome.
And like in the English cat. Language. Taco cat is a
Taco
palindrome.
Cat, yeah.
Yeah. Fireplace. Wait, no. Race car is a palindrome.
Oh, well, it is.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
If you'd like to talk about more palindromes, go to irritabledadsyndrome.com and send us a message.
It's a good thing there's gravity, otherwise when birds die, they just stay right up there.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, the perfect podcast for when you run out of things to talk about at Thanksgiving. Here are your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hi, I'm Darin.
I am Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 232.
Holy crap.
I know.
231 of these have passed.
Yes, and this is the 232nd one.
You don't have to listen to any previous episode.
It'd be nice if you did.
It'd be nice if you did.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Hold on. Before you go on.
There's no narrative here, is what I'm saying. There's not a narrative.
You don't have to listen to any of them to understand what we're talking about tonight.
We often have callbacks.
Yes.
And you can get all of those in the best of. If you look, there's like episode 52, episode 104, and then we got all screwy with our numbers.
Yes.
But you go to our website, www.irritabledadsyndrome.com.
It's on the internet.
On the interwebs.
Yep.
And you can see all of our episodes back to episode 25, and then from 1 to 24 are locked in the vault for the patrons.
By the way, Libby now says, I went on the interwebs and was looking for that thing you were talking about, Darin. And then she said, damn it, Mike.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But we have all kinds of cool places you can follow us, and you can sign up for our email list to get emails when we have episodes coming out with cool things attached and fun stuff.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We're glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to mention, Dave, do the intro.
It's time now for the Kroger Story of the Week.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Right before I came here tonight, I ran by Kroger to get some drinks because we're out of drinks at the house. And
liquor? Or
no. We like to drink the sparkling ice, and we like to drink the black raspberry flavored sparkling ice drinks.
Specific,
yes. And we get the 12-pack at Kroger. They're on sale for $9.99.
Yeah.
And we were almost out, so I ran by there real quick. I pull into my parking space, and as I'm walking in, there is a car that has the door open and the lights on, but ain't nobody in the car.
Okay.
Which I thought was sus. That's what the kids call suspicious.
Yeah. Or suspect.
Seemed a bit odd to me. And I walked around the car to see if, somebody might be in the back seat asleep. I don't know what I was looking for. Ain't nobody in the car. And then I hung around for a little bit thinking somebody was loading the car and was putting their card away. Nobody was doing that either.
Yeah.
So I am a good person. I'm like, you could report this or you could just not report it. And this is going to be the time that I don't report it. And this is like an abduction.
Yeah.
Right? Because in my mind, I go to somebody loading their car. Hey, can you help me with this thing? Hey, I've got this cat in my back seat. Can you help me get it?
Yeah.
And then they get
in the movies.
abducted.
It's always somebody's asking for help or trying to. And George Clooney, he's always in the trunk.
Yes.
And he gets a Pez dispenser. He's able to flick it with his teeth.
Yes.
And then somebody walking by
flick what?
Hears that.
Yeah.
And then calls the popo.
Yeah. So I go into the store and I go up to the customer service desk. And there's a guy who I see there all the time. And I said, I don't know what you can do about this, but I noticed that there's a car and it's got the door open and the lights on, nobody there. And he goes, He goes, that's odd. I said, that's what I said. And then he calls over the manager and he says, there's a gentleman here. He noticed that there's a car in the parking lot. The door's open, the lights on, nobody's in there. And he goes, All three of us are like rubbing our chins. This is odd.
Clearly, this is not in the emergency preparedness plan.
Right. So the manager of the store calls one of the other managers and says, can you go out in the parking lot and check this car? It's a white Toyota RAV4, and it's near where the carts are parked.
Yeah.
A manager and two bag boys are out there, and they're looking all over trying to, I don't know, they're like being detectives.
Yeah.
They're looking at the ground. They're walking around, like seeing if they can find any clues as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Then I walk back out because I bought my drinks, And the four of us are talking, and we come to the conclusion that maybe they should make an announcement. The owner of this car, please come to the front. Right?
Yeah.
And if they don't, then call the popo, call the police, right? And they thought that's what we're going to do.
That's what they do at the Frisch's Big Boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just saying. I know a guy. I know the procedures.
Okay.
That's what they do.
So they had just decided they were going to go back in when the owner of the car comes up and looks at us like, what's going on? And he says, did I leave my door open? Huh.
And now he's confused.
And I just wanted to ask him, I can see leaving your lights on.
Yeah.
How do you accidentally leave the door not cracked, wide open? I mean, absolutely as open as it can get.
Yeah.
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 And he just smells like, I'm so stupid. Hurt. Yeah. And the two bag boys and the other grocery store manager all looking at him like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the good news is nobody was abducted. The bad news is there's just some weird guy who forgets to close his door and he goes to grocery stores.
Yeah.
This has been the Kroger Story of the Week.
Couple things. One is I want to talk about your drinks.
Okay.
The sparkling ice black raspberry.
Black raspberry.
Is that the sole drink in your household, or are there others that you...
That's our favorite flavor of the sparkling ice. The fruit punch is really good, but they don't sell the fruit punch in the 12-pack. They sell it in the variety pack, and when you get the variety pack, you have to get 3 lemonades, 3 mango lime, 3 something else, and 3 fruit punch. And we're not a real big fan of the lemonade and the mango lime. It's like if I could get 12 of the fruit punches, I'd buy that.
Yeah. So we got the Costco membership. Right.
We got one too.
And we went, and there's different versions of this water with essence that I've poo-pooed for years. But I'm like...
Is it LaCroix?
Well, that's the one that I liked. And then there's
LaCroix.
The Boobly. And then there's one at Costco, which is Winchester's water or something like that. But, when you buy from Costco, you're getting like 3 cases of water at once.
Yes.
You can't, there's 75 of them in there.
You have to buy 200 bottles of water.
And it's frustrating because they'll have a good flavor like peach. And then they'll have like blueberry lemonade, which is not. No. Those two flavors don't go together.
Well.
And rat fur, just like these other flavors that nobody wants. So there's 75 cans. They've got the 25 of the peach, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like peach soda, and it tastes so different that you actually begin to think there's sugar and stuff in there. It messes with your head.
Is it
it's this weird
LaCroix?
No.
Okay,
it's Winchester or Wyatt Earp's water. I don't know what it is. It's over there.
Wyatt Earp's.
They got like
Western water.
Like a harp and a beaver on the front of it.
Okay.
But they'll have 25 of those. Then, like I said, the other 25 are rat fur and cow patty flavor. Yeah. And then so now we've got a bunch of those in our garage and around because nobody's drinking those things.
Right.
And then the other day, as actually a few weeks ago, Charlie wanted those fruit barrels. You remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugs.
Yeah. So you don't buy those unless you're buying them for one of your kids or you're a psychopath. Like a grown person doesn't go in and buy these. If you are in a relationship with someone and you don't have kids and you open the fridge and there's those fruit barrels in there.
There's a problem.
You're at that moment, timer starts.
Check the garage. Make sure there's not a white van.
You've got 10 seconds. Exactly.
Get the hell out.
Dive through a window if you have to.
Stop, drop, and roll.
If you drove there, leave your car. I'm wondering, is that what happened with this guy?
I don't know.
Maybe somebody had the barrels and he just bolted and then he decided to come back? No, he was at Kroger's.
He was at yeah.
Just cut all that out. Yeah. My point is, get the hell away from a grown person that doesn't have kids that has the hugs.
Yeah. Kind of like one of them, like the sippy cups, the fruit punch.
Yeah.
What are those called?
It's like, I know what
you're juice box.
A juice.
With the straw that you could never get in there.
You can almost, see, I could get by with a juice box, but a hugs, that's committing to a level of insanity. It's almost like those, that candy that was like little wax pop bottles?
Yes.
With like a squirt of backwash Kool-Aid?
Just a hint of like half of what you would put in a stick of gum.
Now, as a kid, that's bartering. That's you got 5 of those, you can have anything you want. Trade them with another kid.
Really?
Those are amazing.
Really? Nobody I knew liked those.
If you see an adult sitting on a park bench, eating those things, wide berth, wide berth. Leave the city. Get away from that person. Something's about to happen.
Have your bag ready in the ceiling.
Yes.
Do a Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
She's here.
Oh, yeah.
And then bust it and get out.
Get out.
Keep like $5,000 cash.
You're about to become
gun.
a casualty. So you need to leave that situation.
Have your fake ID and your passport. Yeah.
Leave your life behind. It wasn't worth living anyway.
No.
If your choices brought you within 10 feet of someone like that.
Pull a Walter White and go stay at a cabin in Vermont.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was it Vermont?
Yeah, he was in Vermont. He went from New Mexico to Vermont. And how he got back to, I can't remember how he got back to New Mexico.
That's such a good show.
That was a great show, yeah.
You're listening to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast.
Hey, folks, for the money you're paying, this is a riot. That's right.
I want to talk about something that I think is just really stupid.
Okay. That's new for this show.
Perfect for this show.
Yeah.
I saw a commercial for Domino's. It's a pizza place.
Yeah.
And they've got this thing now where you order a Domino's pizza, and what they do is they give you an emergency pizza.
What?
An emergency pizza that you can cash in on any time that you need an emergency pizza. Okay?
I'm confused.
That's not... Okay, so you decide, you order a pizza, and you basically get a free one at any time that you want to get it, right? Anytime that you want to order your extra pizza, your emergency pizza, you can anytime you want. The commercial...
Can't you order a pizza anytime you want anyway?
You can.
So what's the...
Right.
Okay.
Exhibit A.
Yes.
Your Honor. Yes. Exhibit B. The commercial is stupid.
Okay.
A woman, I think it's a woman, is walking down the street and she has all her groceries in 2 bags, and the bags come open and her groceries pour out on the sidewalk, and she looks at the camera like,
yeah, I guess I'll just
better get the emergency pizza. Or you could pick your groceries up off the ground, you lazy slob.
Or order a normal pizza.
Just like, I can seriously just see me going to the grocery store, and then I come home empty-handed, and I tell my wife, we're ordering our emergency pizza, and she said, why are we doing that? Oh, because I dropped my groceries on the ground, and I'm such a fat, lazy slob, I didn't stop to pick them up.
Hey, what happened?
So let me ask you.
Right. There's a second example. Hold your question.
Okay.
Hold your question.
You'll take questions at the end.
I will take questions.
Thank you.
A person gets in a car accident. Boom.
Oh.
Better order the emergency pizza.
It was not in the commercial.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's just sitting there like, well, I guess I better order my emergency pizza.
Oh, my God.
Or you could go to the emergency room and see if your neck is broken. I don't know. But it's just dumb.
See, okay.
It's so stupid.
I'm not somebody that pines for the days of old.
Okay.
Because I like new things.
Like that
right?
expression.
Yes. But back in the day, what happened? What was wrong with the Noid? Avoid the Noid. Like, what was wrong with that? Bring him back.
Nothing.
Yeah. He was perfect.
Yes. Yeah, that's what
you're telling me. You got to leave him in the vault, but you're bringing out emergency pizza because everything you just said. Take out the word emergency and just order a pizza.
Yeah.
Order a pizza.
Just order a pizza,
or handle your business. Pick up your groceries. Handle. Give the person your insurance information.
Seriously.
Talk to the police.
Seriously,
right?
The woman probably had $60 worth of groceries on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
All you got to do is pick them up.
Every pizza is an emergency pizza.
I know.
Nobody intends to have a pizza. No. It just nobody plans. Nobody
intends to.
The only place
we order a pizza every Friday night. We have for years.
The only place you intend to have a pizza, you actually order one and like we're going to have a pizza is, and this is a local thing, is the Mellow Mushroom. Because if you walk in there at 6:00 and you order a pizza at 6:05, you'll get your pizza maybe by 8:00. Maybe.
I've been there once.
Oh, you're there all evening when you go there.
And I was okay with my my one time. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So, no, we get a pizza at Marco's every Friday night.
Yeah, right
up
here in the thing.
For years. Yeah, right there at the thing. And it's one of those situations where there was one Friday night where we didn't go, and Saturday morning they called to they called to make sure everything was okay.
Proof of life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody all right in there?
That's what's going to happen. That's how they're going to. That's how they're going to find me. The Kroger. It's going to be in the spring, and one of the Kroger's guys is going to come by. Like, we got stacks and stacks of Peeps just waiting for Mike to come by, and Bess is going to be like, he fell down the stairs.
I think Gary at Marco's is probably going to deliver my eulogy.
Yeah,
he's probably Mr. Cox was a good guy.
Yeah,
we saw him every Friday night.
Yeah,
my name is on the wall.
Would he
at
throw?
Marco's.
Would you think he would throw toppings down on your coffin?
He might put.
Throw a few pepperoni down.
He'll put what we have on ground beef, pepperoni, black olive, extra cheese. Yeah, and that's what's going to be on my casket.
He should just
Thanks,
sprinkle
Marcos.
Them there. Yeah, great. Throw some cheesy bread on top of it. It's like the coins in the eyes for the River Styx guy.
Yes,
just like throw some cheesy bread.
Yeah, put pepperoni on my eyes.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah.
What?
Did you watch that? I'm going to use quotation. It's an audio podcast.
Yeah.
Did you watch the fight on Netflix?
Yeah.
We did. It Paul Ryan?
Paul,
no. Paul Ryan.
Jacob Paul.
Jake Paul and mighty Mike Tyson.
I agree with what our attorney posted the next day. And I think it was our attorney.
Yeah.
Said, I would have liked to have seen Training Mike out there.
Yeah.
And I see...
I would have liked to have seen Training Paul.
The organizer, I have no ill will towards Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. No ill will. None.
He's not an outstanding citizen, in my opinion.
Okay, he owns...
now, he served his time.
Yeah. He owns a company that sells gummy ears. And he got Evander Holyfield to do commercials with him for the gummy ear company.
Then, wow. Hey, money talks.
Money, yeah. They seem to legitimately enjoy each other's company. But I think here's the deal. The people that put the fight together, me and all the other dads our age of Gen X who spent weeks telling their kids, Tyson used to come out. I remember back in 93, he, or whenever it was, he clocked the guy. Like the bell rang. He come out, he hit the dude, and the dude was on the ground. The fight was over before the bell was done ringing.
Yes.
It was literally.
Yes. As my dad would say, there was 2 hits. He hit him, he hit the ground.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was awesome. And he looked mad. He was always mad.
I remember the Buster Douglas fight.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I at the time were getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
And
just a second, there's a fight on. Hold on.
Next on HBO.
Yeah.
And we looked and we're like, we've got 20 minutes before the movie starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got time.
Yeah, watch the fight and then maybe another 19 minutes of shorts and then whatever. Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we'll watch the fight real quick and then go to this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the next one. But still, we're like, holy crap, Buster Douglas knocked out Tyson.
Yeah.
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 But no, there was more hugging than anything. My God, they were just hug.
So, Bess or one of the kids was like, why are they doing that? And I'm like, well, usually in heavyweight, I mean, they're like, just because they're tired or whatever. It's like a way to just get, but it was like right at the beginning. And then there was a point, like 10 or 15 seconds in, where it's like Tyson decided, I'm going to mop the floor with him and ran over there, threw a couple punches, and then that was pretty much it.
Yep. So
it was like the fight at the end of Rocky Balboa.
Without all the excitement.
Well, yeah. Like, because the whole thing of Rocky Balboa is just he made it all the rounds.
Yeah,
right?
he went the distance.
He went the distance. Yeah.
So our Netflix kept buffering and buffering.
Okay.
And buffering. It was driving us crazy.
Yeah.
And Jacob kept. It's like you.
Did you have it going through a device or through your TV?
Through our TV, through Samsung.
Yeah,
through our Samsung TV. We're almost at the point you go and smack. Remember, you could smack your TV and it would come back in. That was the days. Or you'd hold your antenna and that would help it come in.
Yeah.
And Jacob's talking to the TV. Please, Jacob, that doesn't help the TV. But he would exit out of Netflix, because sometimes you exit out of Netflix. Sometimes if you unplug your Roku box and plug it back in, sometimes that helps. But nothing was helping. And finally, Libby dialed it up and came in fine on her phone. So we start watching it on the phone. I was like, this is boring. And I went in the other room and I was searching through TikTok, and somebody was live streaming the fight on their TikTok page, which is illegal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And this was better than the fight, because the guy says, they're about to shut us down here. So, if you want to order the massager, what you can do is go to our TikTok shop now and order the massager and let us know what you think about our massager. And all these comments started coming in. I ordered my massager last week and I love it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, if you do increase the heat on yours, and it really does the trick. All these people are commenting about this massager.
Yeah. Got the algorithm off their ass there. Yeah.
And I chimed in. I'm like, I bought mine and I got the second one free, And it was all these people talking about this nonsense thing so they could watch it. Yeah. I'm like, again, that was better than watching the actual fight. So, I don't know what made Jake want to fight Tyson.
Oh, for the cloud or whatever.
But another question: why was Rosie Perez there? Since when was she a boxing commentator?
Yeah.
She's famous in the Letterman community because she always talked about her Isuzu Trooper.
Okay.
Go on Google or YouTube and look up Rosie Perez Isuzu Trooper. It's hysterical hearing her talk about her Isuzu Trooper. But anyway, Rosie Perez had said, if Jake Paul loses, then he loses the fight.
Yeah.
If he wins, people
loses.
can be like, way to go. You beat a 58-year-old man.
Oh, I love the memes that have come out.
Jake Paul pushes George Foreman down a flight of stairs.
There was one of him challenging Aragorn because Aragorn's 210 years old.
I don't know.
There's one for him and Jimmy Carter.
Oh my God.
I saw the other day.
I missed the undercard fight with the women. And I heard
that was brutal.
That's what I heard. It was amazing.
That was Mortal Kombat. That was as close to like an actual action movie, like how the boxing matches are in the Rocky movies.
Right.
Was they were out for blood.
Out for blood. Out for justice.
And the one, the Irish woman was headbutting the other one.
That's
and
why her eye was bleeding.
Yeah, it was done all sneaky like too, because I didn't notice it. I was too busy looking back at Beth saying, "This is brutal."
Yeah.
Is this brutal? And Beth was like, "It's brutal."
It is brutal.
Like, that's brutal.
You think it's brutal, Charlie?
Yeah.
Brutal, Dad.
He was asleep. He slept through the entire thing. But yeah, she would punch and miss and then come in and whammo with her forehead.
Right.
And it was interesting because when they were doing a little commentary afterwards and talking to her, she said something about it. And nobody seemed to want to hear what she had to say. But then the other lady with the big old
with the gusher
coming out of her eye, which made it really hard to eat my popcorn while that was going on. See, people were cheering, and she was talking.
The chick who did the headbutt, she lost the fight, right?
No, she won.
Oh, she ended up winning.
She won, but now I just saw something today. They're talking about revoking something, like she's been suspended. She can't fight for X number of months or something.
Okay, we'll let you win the fight, but now you're
bad. Naughty. Yeah, still got the belt.
Yeah, slap on the wrist. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. It's your old buddy Dave. Christmas is coming up, and boy, do I have exciting news for you. Go to IrritableDadSyndrome.com, and you'll notice fantastic prices on all our merchandise. We've got coffee mugs, beer glasses, hoodies, venomous beaver t-shirts, Whoppers all-beef foot-long hot dog beach blankets, and much more. Enjoy Black Friday prices all month long, so get a special gift for that special someone in your life right now at IrritableDadSyndrome.com.
I want to talk about Steve Farrell. Steve Farrell has been he has been a fan of this podcast since day one.
Yes.
Okay. And he and we went to college together. I've known him for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. He used to write all kinds of funny things on the Twitter, back when it was called Twitter. And then he would, the same stuff he would put over onto the Facebook page.
Can't hold a cover image to save his life.
I know.
He changes his cover image
every 5 minutes. Yeah.
Every 5 minutes.
So many years ago, he wrote a joke, and it was, I saw a guy buying one roll of toilet paper, and I was like, what are you trying to do? Quit? Funny joke.
Yeah.
Really funny joke.
Yeah.
I asked him, I said, hey, when I do stand-up this next time, do you care if I use that joke in my stand-up routine?
Yeah.
not a problem. There's 2 jokes that I didn't write that I use in my routine. That one and another friend of mine, also named Steve, coincidentally, never get tattoos on your knuckles, especially ones that say Cole and Slaw.
Yeah.
Okay, so I use those when I do stand-up. Hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Dave Lay did Dave's Comedy Corner, the joke about the toilet paper weed trying to do quit. Okay. 2 days ago, I'm at the house and I'm scrolling and I see this comedian almost word for word. He says, I saw a guy, you know, you can buy the 4-pack or the 8-pack of toilet paper. And it's like, I saw a guy buying one and I'm like, what are you trying to do? Quit? I'm like, son of a bitch.
So you messaged him immediately.
Well, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah. You don't have any recordings of you doing that, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I do have a recording of me.
Did you put on the Facebooks?
Yes.
Those automatically date.
Yeah.
You got to, it sounds like we've got an Irritable Dad lawsuit pending.
What we need to do is...
we've got an attorney. We've got representation.
That's right. Steve needs to go back and find when he wrote it on his Twitter page, because that goes back years before I used it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there's no way this guy accidentally wrote the same joke. Almost the same delivery, the same enunciation. What are you trying to do? Quit?
Yeah.
The pause falls in the same.
Yeah.
And you go through the comments on this, like, oh God, the delivery. That joke was hilarious. One of the funniest jokes I've ever heard. People loving this.
Yeah.
I think this guy stole Steve's joke.
Yeah.
Now, you can say I stole it. I borrowed it with permission.
Yeah, you rented it.
I asked him, and he kindly let me use it.
I think that's allowed. I think that's allowed.
Exactly.
A gentleman's agreement.
Yes, and Steve and I are nothing if not gentlemen.
Yeah.
The other day, Cameron went to see a friend of his, and he was over there at his friend's house, and I go to pick him up, and Cameron puts on his shoes, and we're getting ready to leave, and I'm talking to the parents, and the dad, who I've only met one other time, comes over, and he says, hey, Darin, how you doing? I said, good. He said, good to see you. And he reaches out to shake my hand, and he doesn't do the hand straight forward. He does the hand that goes around.
Oh, that's not
around.
Good. Yeah.
The round the world handshake.
Around the world handshake.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
And our fingers connected, but not the palm into the palm.
Did you hear tender piano music in the background when that happened?
That's right. I heard Michael Bublé.
Did you? Yeah.
And that was the handshake. And then I'm like, well, I gotta go.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah.
And I got in the car, and then I'm just bothered. And I asked Cameron, like, do I need to go in and redo that? And he says, if you want. But I'm like, so now either this guy didn't notice, or he thinks that I have a sissy handshake.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe he has a sissy handshake. I don't know.
Have you ever accidentally given the proposal handshake?
What's
what I
the
like
proposal
to call it?
Handshake?
I'm not going to do it. It was a similar situation, shaking hands with somebody. Their hand wasn't the right way, and it ended up being one of these.
Right.
You ever had one of those?
Yes.
The next step is to go down on your knee and profess your
this ring,
admiration.
Yes. Yeah, that was almost the handshake that we had. And I don't want people thinking that I'm some macho thinking
you gave him the Thelma and Louise
guy. That's not a handshake.
It's not a the purpose of a handshake
is to shake hands. Not to shake your fingers.
I mean, there's the social. You gotta have a firm, but not too firm. You tell a lot about another person, by how they shake your hand.
Yeah,
like if you get one of these, you're about to be asked if you want to join them in holy matrimony.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the last time I met him and we shook hands, that was a real handshake.
Well, okay, so you've got one in the books already.
Now we're 1-1.
You've escalated at this point. Are you going steady at this point?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Are you allowed to shake other men's hands?
I should have just went and redone it.
Yeah.
I want to redo. And now I'm trapped in the middle of a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Why would he shake my hand like that?
Yeah.
That's not how you shake hands.
Yeah.
That's not what you do.
Yeah, you don't.
The thumb groove has to hook to the thumb.
Yeah, that's what that's there for.
The groove of the thumb hits the groove of the thumb.
That's why that's there.
So, Jerry, you got the proposal. I got the proposal shake.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah. There. Okay. No.
You want me to stop? It's either that or Ray Romano. Why would you shake your hand like that?
Yeah.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Whoppers All Beef Footlong Hot Dogs. Hi, I'm Dave Lay. Are you tired of buying mediocre brand hot dogs that claim to be a foot long, but in actuality are only around 11 inches long? That seriously pisses me off. It's like, hey, who you trying to screw here, pal? Get a ruler and measure it yourself. If you find a Whoppers hot dog that isn't a foot long, they'll refund your money. Guaranteed.
That's right.
Whoppers, America's favorite foot-long hot dog. Get your Whoppers all-beef foot-long t-shirt now at irritabledadsyndrome.com.
We're going to go see Interstellar December 6th. One day only. It's in. Have you heard about this? It's in theaters again.
They're re-releasing it.
Re-releasing it in
okay.
theaters.
I saw Interstellar
in the IMAX. It's Andrew's favorite movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're all gonna.
All right.
Well, by all I mean me and Andrew. I don't know if Bess. Charlie will probably come. I don't know if Bess will come.
Right.
But yeah, I'm all down for that.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with anything we've talked about.
Right.
We'll talk about. Or the rest of the
But a lot
episode.
of people consider that one of his greatest movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think Memento is his greatest movie.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. I love Memento more than any of them. More than
I watched
Oppenheimer. More than what's the one before Oppenheimer?
Jingle
All the Way. Yeah. No, the one that Tenet.
Yeah.
Boy, I tried.
You need a degree to watch that.
Yeah. You really, you need like Cliff Notes
I
and
saw
a translator.
Just the other day on the TikTok. You've heard of the TikTok. I saw the most useless video I think I've ever seen in my life. It had a little thing said Christopher Nolan explains Memento.
Uh-huh.
And he's at a chalkboard.
Yeah.
And I swear I thought this was a Saturday Night Live thing or a skit, but it wasn't. It was real.
Yeah.
He draws an arrow that comes around and then goes back this way.
Yeah.
And 2 lines, and he's like, okay, the black and white points
It's backwards.
the color go forward in time. The black and white go backwards. So the end of the movie is in the middle where they meet.
Yeah.
And we just alternate going through. And I'm like, yeah, everybody who's sat in the movie for more than 15 minutes has got that figured out, knows that. And then he looks at the camera and says, and that's Memento.
And it was actually, it was Christopher Nolan.
It was Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's,
Now,
yeah.
He, somebody, because I owned it on DVD. Then, like 10 or 15 years after I bought it on DVD, they re-released a special edition, and it has an option where you can watch it in chronological order.
Yeah, we have that. We have that one, yeah.
And that's where there's a major flaw.
Okay.
If you watch it, and it doesn't, it's not the movie in chronological order. It skips chapters, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Very annoying. So anyway, it skips.
Well, you can YouTube. They've got it on YouTube. You can just watch the whole thing like that. Yeah.
So it's doing that. It's skipping the chapters. It's showing everything in chronological order. And then you notice he remembers something. And he ain't got no short-term memory. And so you put these clips one after another, and they're like, holy crap, how did he know that? Well, he remembered something.
Yeah, there's a couple of theories about the movie. One is that he's faking it so that he can do whatever he wants and he doesn't care. And the other is that Teddy is using him. I think that's the actual, supposed to be the plot of the thing. Yeah. Is Teddy has been using him to kill people, and then he decides that Teddy is bad, and that's why Teddy gets killed. Why he kills Ted.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a movie.
Teddy is Joey Pants.
Joe Pantoliano.
Yeah.
I don't think he was faking it.
I don't think he was either.
Yeah.
I don't think he was either.
Yeah. It's a great movie, though. And I was so pissed that it lost the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay.
Oh, who won?
I don't remember. It wasn't Memento. It should have been. But no, because Stevie, what's his name? The director?
Stevie Wonder.
No.
Stevie McQueen. Stevie Nicks.
The director of Memento. Christopher
Nolan. Stevie Nolan. Yeah.
Steve Nolan finally won an Academy Award, 2 of them. And then his wife, who she won one also because they co-wrote Oppenheimer together.
John Jacob Oppenheimer
Schmidt, yeah. Just so long overdue.
Yeah.
But he should have won for Memento. They need to go back and render that mistake.
Bess and I watched Inglourious Bastards, and I'm here to report that Bess liked it a lot.
Okay.
So our first movie that we ever saw together, our first date was going to see Pulp Fiction in the theater.
Oh, okay.
Is that so? Any of you Gen Z or millennials? That's how old Uncle Mike is.
You know how to treat a lady.
Yeah. And we went to Burger King right after, and I got her a Whopper.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Yeah. Or I got myself a Whopper. I don't know what she got.
Did you? You bought her food though, right?
I think so. Yeah, I did. I'm old fashioned. But I found out years later that she didn't really like that movie that much. But she, because it was our first date. Like anytime I would bring up a Tarantino movie, she never wanted to see him. She would watch part of them. They're too violent. But this one, we watched it for obvious reasons. The time we're in, like, you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
And she thought it was great. So I've got a doorway in for other Tarantino movies.
I'm gonna have to try it again because Libby and I did not enjoy it when we watched it.
You didn't like?
No.
Hey, you just don't like Tarantino.
I do like Tarantino. He's very hit and miss with me.
Okay.
I've told you many times on this podcast that like many of his movies I do like, and the other ones,
Yeah.
Time now for the Walmart story of the week.
I had an experience at Walmart the other day.
Breaking Bad Walmart or
the Breaking Bad Walmart. I rarely ever go into Walmart, but I went in there to pick up something for my mom.
Okay.
And I cannot find this thing that she needs. So I asked somebody for help. Can you tell me where this thing is?
Yeah.
I'm going to be secret about the thing.
A flesh-colored weed whacker.
No, I'm going to be very secretive, and people are going to be like, my God, what is he getting for his mother? This thing that I needed, I asked this woman, can you tell me where this thing is? Mm-hmm. She looks at me, and she holds up her phone to my face, and she says, speak. And I said, thing, right?
Yeah.
The thing that I'm looking for.
Thing.
And then she looks and she goes, G, 1, 2. Oh, so it's on aisle G, and she nods her head up and down. Like,
did she reach in and pull her face off to reveal a lizard person? Not like V?
So I said, it's on aisle G, and she says, nods her head up and down. I look up, we're on F.
Okay, which is just right next door.
So G should be right over there.
Yeah.
So I point to use my right hand.
Yeah.
This is an audio podcast. So this way, and she keeps doing her head up and down.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Did she work there?
Yes.
Okay.
She had
the vest.
She had the vest. If she didn't work there, she went to the mop sink, punched somebody out, stole their vest, and was acting like a Walmart employee.
I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to wear a vest to Walmart.
Just wear a blue vest.
Hold a phone up. Speak.
Speak. So I leave aisle F, and I look over, and the next aisle I see is H.
Yeah. What?
H, F. Go from F.
That's not how that
then you
works.
skip G, and you go to H.
My question is, what the hell?
And I walk down, and I walk, and I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm using my eyes, and I cannot find aisle G.
Is this like the 9 3/4 Harry Potter? You've got to jump into a middle.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
So I find
the little gnome opens a little door at the bottom of F. Come on in here. We've got thing.
I find another employee.
Okay.
And this is where I'm going to be very sensitive.
Okay.
Because this man, as nice as can be,
yes,
did not speak very good English.
Okay. You'll have that.
He did not speak very good English.
Yeah.
I asked him, I said,
Neither did the previous one, by the way. You don't know.
Speak. Maybe the only word she knew.
Yeah.
Again, I'm being very sensitive about
You
this.
should have barked when she said that.
I should have wagged my tail. No, not sit.
Yeah.
Speak.
Take a in the aisle and then go to talk to the next employee.
So I go up to this second gentleman, an employee there. Again, very nice. I said, I'm looking for aisle G.
Mm.
And he looks kind of confused. And I said, I'm looking for aisle G. And he says, G? I said, yes.
You thought you were calling him G?
Yes.
Yeah.
G. Aisle G.
Yeah.
I need aisle G. He goes, come. And he starts walking. Come.
Yeah. Okay.
Come.
Yes,
so I got one woman saying speak.
Yeah.
And another guy saying come.
Yeah.
So they all think I'm a dog.
Yeah, they're going to put a leash on you.
He walks and walks and walks toward the back of the store, and then he points and he goes, G. G.
G.
G.
G.
I said, okay. And I walk over, and now I'm in J.
It's going to say now you're in a different store.
That's not G, that's J.
Is it the garden department? Is that
No, now I'm in boots and I'm in footwear.
Lord.
So I find
you're in the
third employee. A third employee. This is some kid with bangs. I'm like, oh my God.
You know he doesn't know anything.
I have never had somebody who looks like this person know what they're doing.
Okay.
And I have bad experience at Walmart. Walmart's the time, I asked this guy, I said, do you sell buttermilk? I don't know. And he kept walking. So I asked this kid, I said, I'm looking for aisle G and I'm in J. And I said, I was on F and I walked over and there's H. So G is missing. Is this like one of these Harry Potter 9 and 3? And he starts laughing. He goes, no. G is up at the front of the store near the pharmacy.
Oh. Of course.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Because pharmacy starts with F, then G is right there.
It starts with a P.
That's why.
It's
because you were in Walmart is why this happened.
I get to G.
Yeah.
I'm in G now.
Yeah.
And now I can't find the thing.
Okay. Did you even remember what the thing is?
A fourth employee comes over.
Oh, no.
And I thought, what the hell?
They yell, how'd you get off your leash?
What the hell? Let's ask somebody else. Yeah. And I said, I'm looking for this thing.
Uh-huh.
And she holds up the phone and says, speak.
Oh, my God.
And then I found it.
Uh-huh.
I bought it.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to return it.
Okay.
But that was my experience at Walmart.
Wow. Oh, my Lord.
This has been the Walmart Story of the Week.
Yeah, I try not to go in Walmart ever.
I hate going
I get
to Walmart.
my eyes checked at Walmart. That's where I go get my eye thing.
You go to the Vision Center at Walmart.
I do. I've been going there for over a decade and lying to them the entire time. We talked about that the last week.
Yes, we did.
And I told them the truth this last time, and now I can see. But yeah, that's the only reason I go there. That, and then when I had my issue, I had to poo.
Mm-hmm.
And
what?
When I had the hernia operation on my stomach, and then I was afraid to strain too much. I didn't want to explode,
right?
But I had to poo, and I was constipated, and I just slammed an energy drink. And Bess took me to Walmart, and I was like, Walmart is a place where I felt comfortable myself in public because I never go in there. We talked about it.
You just fit right in.
Nobody would bat an eye. Ball guy himself in aisle G.
Yeah, you can't do that at Target. No.
Target, no. They'd ban you. Your picture would be up on the front.
Yes.
CVS, any of those places is too small.
Yeah.
They'd never let you get away with it. Walmart, you could all over that store, and they would just never know it.
No.
So, yeah. It's the only times I go there.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by the Reversible Belt. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and there's a saying that's been passed down 3 generations in my family. Whether you wear pants or shorts, a man isn't a man unless he's wearing a belt. I own lots of pants, and I hate futzing around trying to find the right colored belt. So I always wear the reversible belt. Black on one side, brown on the other. The reversible belt is the perfect wardrobe accessory for any man who cares about his appearance. So what are you waiting for? Go out and get a reversible belt today. On sale now at JD's 24-hour drive-through pawn and gun auto parts pharmaceutical adult gift bait and tackle discount cigarette outlet.
So I want to bitch about something.
Okay.
I mentioned last week my friend Kurt had passed away. I went to the funeral home a week early.
Yeah.
I went back. I went to the visitation. I saw his wife, Susan.
Okay.
And then I went in, and they had like the best pictures ever of it. Was a very lovely tribute that they had for him. It was great. And I started talking to some of my old coworkers from WLWT. And how many episodes of this show have we done? 200.
This is 232.
This is 232.
Right, yeah.
And it's
a lot of them.
It's safe to say, I think I've promoted every one of them on my Facebook page.
Yeah, you do a good job with that.
Like almost every week, either I put something on my Facebook page that, hey, here's the latest episode, or sometimes you will do that and tag me, and then it comes onto my page.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the past 231 weeks, I have been promoting my podcast on my Facebook page. A buddy of mine comes up to me, and we're talking at the funeral, and he says, "Hey, are you still doing the podcast?" And I just wanted to say,
see, I get that as well.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Because he's on my Facebook page. We're Facebook friends. We've been Facebook friends longer than I've had this podcast.
Yeah. So
are you still doing the podcast? Yes, I am.
So yeah, I've had.
And do you do one every week? I do. I do one every week. Yeah. Yes.
So I've gotten how's the podcast going? That's a legitimate. That's a legit question.
It's going great.
But are you still doing it?
Yeah. Are you still doing the podcast?
So 2 or 3 years ago, well, maybe 4 years ago.
And do you put one out every week? Yeah,
every damn week. We had our 7th episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember that.
And it was our final episode.
Yeah, because many podcasts don't last past 7 episodes.
And so we announced it was our final episode.
Yeah.
But we continued to go. There was a joke.
The next week came out episode 8.
A couple years passed by. I'm talking to somebody, one of my friends on Facebook, and they're like, man, I really liked your podcast. It's a shame you stopped after 7 episodes. And I had a couple of thoughts. One is...
We were on like episode 47 or something.
One is, I would have understood if someone would have called us after our 7th episode and said, thank God you've stopped. Our patrons have heard 1 through 24. They're not horrible.
They're not that bad.
They're good if you know us. If you know us.
Yes.
But if you don't know us, you're like, what is this? But I had to point it out, no, we're still going. And at that time, I think we were in episode 120 something.
Yeah.
And I linked it to them. I think I shamed them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've done this many of these. I was like, yeah, we weren't really quitting.
It was a joke.
People in general are idiots. I've learned this.
I have learned over the years that there are a lot of people who don't get me. Like, I'll be joking with somebody. I actually, Mike, when was this? Early 2000s, made an effort, an honest-to-God, valiant effort to make a change about how I represented myself.
Okay.
Because I was so sarcastic, like a lot, all the time.
Off. Yeah.
And maybe I was turning off.
Okay.
But there were people who could not take me seriously. And I couldn't have a serious discussion with people.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, I think that's stupid. Oh, wacky Darin. Like, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
And they didn't know when I was serious and when I was kidding around. So I seriously just I didn't go super serious.
You just pulled it back a little bit.
I did. I pulled it back, and, a time and place for, being yuck, and then another time to be, just laid back and regular old Darin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was not that. But
I thought for sure people knew we were joking.
Yeah.
That this is not,
But yeah, I just of recent, I've been thinking, there's a George Carlin quote, think of how stupid the average person is and realize half of them are stupider than that. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. I love that quote so much.
Half of them are stupider than that.
It's true. It's literally true.
Yeah.
But I've been watching some. So the algorithm, we've talked about, I've watched different things on YouTube. The algorithm has started throwing up some newer arrest videos. Mm-hmm. I watched an arrest video at lunch today of a woman who was at a store and she wanted a discount. And so the video starts, it's the police, it's their body cam.
Right.
And they go up to the store, one of the clerk, the head of the clerks, not the store manager, but the clerk's manager.
The head of the clerks.
Head of the clerks.
Yeah.
And she says, this lady wants a discount. We can't offer her this discount. Mm-hmm. And she's refusing to leave. And the lady is sitting, I didn't even, those places in the carousel when you put your bag, put stuff in your bag?
Yes.
She's sitting on that.
Okay.
And she's holding her phone. She's recording the police and this clerk manager.
Yeah.
And she says, I want my discount. I just want my discount. It's 20% discount. And the cop says, well, they're saying they're not honoring the discount. I don't know what the discount. She says, well, my boyfriend works here and he gets an employee discount. And he said, is he here now? Mm-hmm. No, he's not here now. I was like, well, you don't get the discount. And then the clerk manager said, you don't get the discount. You're not getting the discount. Mm-hmm. She's like, but my boyfriend works here. It's a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
All of that I just said is established within the first minute and a half.
And it just...
For the next 15 minutes, it's that argument all the way around.
Yeah.
And then she comes with an idea. Can you hold my stuff? And then when he comes here, he can buy it. And they're like, we're not going to hold your stuff for you up here. We're not going to... And so finally the cops say, they want you trespassed out of here. If they decide to press charges, I have to arrest you because I've warned you to leave.
And you haven't.
So he asked the clerk,
and they reserve the right to do that
right
anytime.
She did have shoes. Mm-hmm. She did have a shirt.
Right.
But what she didn't have was her boyfriend, who had the employee discount. Mm-hmm. She was not an employee.
Right.
They spent so much time explaining this to her.
Yeah.
And the cop said to the manager of clerks, do you guys want to press charges? Mm-hmm. And the manager of clerks says, I need to call the store manager. He needs to make that decision. And the cop turns to the lady. He says, go ahead and call the store manager. He looks down at the lady. Mm-hmm. Now I'm thinking this is going to be the end of it. Mm-hmm. He says, by the time she gets off the phone with the manager, if you have from now until that point to walk out, we don't need nothing. We need nothing. You're free to go.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
They probably won't want to see you walk in here, but you've done nothing illegal.
Yeah.
Once they say press charges, I have to put handcuffs on you and take you to jail.
Yeah.
He said bail will probably be about $1,000. You'll spend at least one night in jail. Mm-hmm. You'll have this on your record. You're already getting this other charge and this other charge. That happens if you don't walk out of the store.
Right. Which, in my opinion, is worse than not getting a discount.
Yeah. So now this is not a produced video. This is body cam footage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the angle that he's talking to her, you can see the door she needs to walk out of. Mm-hmm. She literally stands up, walks three paces, and she's out of the store. And she says, but I want my discount for another 10 minutes. Well, they're going back and forth. And it's the way they edited the video. You can see the lady talking to her manager. Mm-hmm. And she comes around and says, he wants to press charges. She needs to get, and then the cop starts arresting the lady. Mm-hmm. She starts freaking out that she wants her discount.
Right.
I say all that to say, for 30 minutes, this cop was trying to explain to her, if you walk out that door right now, you can go.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm going to arrest you. Mm-hmm. And she had a breakdown when they put her in the car, handcuffed. But there's also a very good chance, because I've watched a lot of these videos, of just general dumbness, like stupidity.
Yeah.
So coming back to your Walmart story.
Yeah.
It could be. So that story sounds stupid to you and me. Mm-hmm. You told it on this stupid podcast. Clearly you think it's dumb.
Podcast ever.
But corporate Walmart may have said, you know what? We're just going to have people walking around, and when they get asked a question, hold the phone up and say speak. Mm-hmm. Or take the customer somewhere in the store, point at a sign, say what you think it says, and walk away. That's your two things that you have to do to be an employee here. And that probably loses some of their smarter customers, but let's be serious. Smart customers are not going to Walmart anyway.
Not this one.
No. So I think it's a winning strategy. I mean, it causes you to spend half your afternoon looking for a thing. Think of all the money they saved in training, in hiring competent people, in being able to parse words and form sentences.
Parse words? Huh?
Yeah.
What's funny was...
I've been reading this year.
Is we were all out. I dropped Livia and the kids off at the house, and I said, I'm going to run out to Walmart and do this thing for Mom real quick. And I end up being there way longer, and Libby calls me, and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, you have no idea. And I'm telling her, and she's like, can you just... Can you tell me when you get home? Okay.
Yeah, Walmart has become the new Big Lots. You remember Big Lots?
I do remember.
Do you remember when it was called Big and Small Lots? It used to be called that.
No, it's always been called Big Lots.
No, we had one in Huntington that was called Big and Small, and Small was in small letters.
In Johnson City, when they opened it, it was Big Lots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember going there with my mom when I was a kid, and I watched a man walk down the deodorant aisle, grab a deodorant, use it on his armpit,
and put it back.
Oh, no. And I told my mom, and we went back over. I was like, look, he used it. And I pulled the thing off, and there was a hair on it. Yeah.
Ew.
Walmart. So Walmart has become the new Big Lots. Oh my God. If you go into Walmart, you'll see just like pulled out of boxes, like people will try things and just leave them there.
Yeah.
You could get hit by a football being thrown by a kid somewhere back in the toy area. It would not surprise me to hear a chainsaw fired up over in the houseware, housewares, yes, the garden center.
I don't think
Walmart's ever going to sponsor this podcast. I don't think anybody from Walmart listens to this podcast. They've probably got a Walmart employee right now holding their phone up to the other phone, and they're just saying, speak.
This has been fun. This has been a good one. I enjoy all of them. This has been a really good one. So, hey, guys, we want to thank you for listening. We want you to go to irritabledadsyndrome.com. And, hey, Christmas is coming up. You need to go to our store on irritabledadsyndrome.com, and there's coffee mugs and T-shirts. You
guys don't have any good ideas to buy anything for anyone.
You don't. Yeah. Nothing says I love you better than an Irritable Dad Syndrome coffee mug.
And for collectors, there's some collector's items up there because we're too lazy to remove the old items.
That's true.
So one of these days we will. But for now...
Yeah, those Irritable Dad Syndrome 2024 election shirts,
they're
still there.
Yeah. The old logo shirts, well, I think those have all been taken down. If you have the old, steel blue logo, I think those are all gone.
Yeah, and if you have one, bring it by and Mike and I will autograph it.
Not really.
It'll double in value.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go. We hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome was videotaped before a live studio audience.
I had a point. it was
the really, magic of editing.
It was
This will sound stupendous on the actual show. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I did with Kirk and Spock.
Kirk and that's all like AI or something.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
It was 35 minutes long, so I kind of sped through
10.
Okay, it might as well be 35 with my attention span.
Okay,
thanks for sending me Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Taco Cat.
Race Car.
I liked Lady Killers, and nobody seemed to like it.
I thought
it was a good movie.
It was Tommy Hanks and J.K. Simmons who had irritable bowel syndrome.
I'd rather have a piece of cake any day of the week.
Yeah. I have a problem with raw cookie. I have a problem with sweets, period.
I'm going to enunciate this.
Oh, you're going to enunciate tonight?
Don't do that.
What? You started it? Now, you watch your language. If you want fop, we can order it out of Bristol. It'll be about 2 weeks.
It will break your brain. And that's okay.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah. I think that's terrible.
Hey, how's your car? What kind of car are you driving? Do you drive on her? What kind of car do you have? What's the matter with you? Straighten up. No, tell me what kind of car. No. What kind of car are you driving?
A Zuzu Trooper.
What is that again? It's a what now?
A trooper.
What kind of trooper?
A Zuzu.
A Zuzu trooper.
That's how you say it.
Yeah, I know.